Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Investing in cryptocurrency is a very rocky ride. It is not for the faint of heart. It is the most volatile asset class on the planet. And there's never been anything like it before. And it's incredible. And so, I'll share with you a message that I am here because of the volatility. If there were no volatility, that would mean that there was no opportunity for upward price mobility. And so we just have to take the good with the bad. When things prices get lower, people get scared. But I'll tell you what, and I'm going to share it because look here, I want to share with you in this video what the rich people are doing that understand what I'm sharing right here. I want to show you what the rich people are doing, and I want to share with you what the institutions are doing, and I want to share with you what my mindset on this is, and how the hell it is that I sleep easy every single night, even though I've been in this space now for over 3 years, with the vast majority of that time being during a bear market. I just kept purchasing XRP again and again and again on a regular basis as the price dropped. And it didn't bother me, it didn't shake me, but if I didn't understand what was going on, it would have. And so I want to share with you what's going on here, especially since there are so many new people in the space right now. And these are some cool stories, so I'll start with this one. Grayscale, PayPal, and others moving Bitcoin from weak hands into deep cold storage, says Plan B, who is a very popular cryptocurrency analyst. And so all the people that are getting shaken out, and this is not true just of Bitcoin, all the people that are, when the price goes down, so they bought in, say, you could say it's XRP, say they bought up 75 cents recently. You see the retracement just today. It got down to about 50 cents, and it's come up a bit since then. But think about that. So as it's hitting 50 cents, they bought it at 75 cents, so they've taken quite a loss, and then they just get out. And what's happening? And the same thing's happening with Bitcoin. And so what's happening is these major corporations and long-term thinkers, they're just scooping it up, and they're putting it in deep cold storage and have no plans of moving it for a long time. They're just going to continue to let the other useful idiots out there continue to buy and sell, which is what creates the volatility, and they'll just wait until it's all sorted out. That's effectively what they're doing here. But I want to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind, and I am not offering financial advice, so you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. But I just think it's fun to talk about these things just from your everyday Joe Schmo perspective here, and make YouTube videos as a hobby. That is all that it is, though, just to be clear. If you would please delicately tap the like button, I'd appreciate it, and consider subscribing if you've not yet done so, because I think you know that until you do, your life will never truly be complete. And you know what? I know it too. So look, I'm not asking you to marry me. Like, if you subscribe, then you're like, this Moon Lambo guy, not for me. You can just unsubscribe at any point in the future. I'm not putting a ring on your finger. Jeez. All right, let's get into this. So, crypto expert, analyst, and trader Plan B and influencer Whale Panda have taken to Twitter to express their opinions regarding financial institutions currently hunting for Bitcoin. Every Satoshi being dumped on the market is going to head into the deep cold storage of hedge funds, and they are trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible while it is still under $20,000, the influencers believe. We stop and think about that. You're talking about Bitcoin very close to its all-time high as I sit here recording this right now. And these institutions, these big players with deep pockets, they think this is an incredible buying opportunity. And there are these people selling, not for fundamental reasons, but because others are selling, like lemmings off a freaking cliff. That is what they're doing. And what's the smart money doing? They see this as a cheap entry point at almost $20,000, almost near the all-time high. And I got to tell you, I don't care how much we see retracements, even over the next week or month or half a year. I don't care. Even if it goes down substantially, I still think they're right. Their mindset, the long-term mindset, is what's right. But if you're going to buy something and then weeks later you see it go down a little bit, and then that's enough to shake you up, my friends, you're never going to make it to whatever you think the promised land is for the price of XRP. You're never going to make it. If you're the type of person that responds like that. It's just because that's emotional buying and selling, not based on an understanding of how markets operate. And it's not based on, and the reason people do this, it's not even based on fundamentals. It's just emotional buying and selling. And so the anonymous expert known as Plan B on Twitter has published a post saying that right now traders, altcoin fans, and weak hands are dumping their Bitcoin to fix profits. This way, they are pushing their Bitcoin into the strong hands of Grayscale, PayPal, MicroStrategy, Jack Dorsey, Square, and other companies who are eager to bet on the flagship currency. Plan B insists that the Bitcoin they are acquiring now will go into deep cold storage and stay there for years. And by the way, don't forget, Bitcoin leads the market, and XRP, along with every other altcoin, simply follows Bitcoin. Of course, again, like I always say, not down to the second, the minute, the day, the week, the month, the quarter, whatever, but zoom out on a chart and you will see XRP, along with every other crypto, is absolutely following the price action of Bitcoin. And so until buying behaviors change, we can. I think that it's reasonable to count, like I do for myself. I count on XRP to continue following Bitcoin. So the more Bitcoin goes into cold storage, the less there is for the useful idiots to purchase, and they can fight over it and emotionally buy and sell, and the price will get pushed up, especially as more people enter and as institutions come online realizing the true value of cryptocurrency, and then there's less available for the useful idiots. And you can see how the supply and demand dynamics make it so that the price goes up. It's not hard to understand. It's easy to get sucked into it too, especially if you don't have the knowledge, which is why it's best to arm yourself with knowledge and make your own informed buying and selling decisions. And so I'm certainly not telling you to buy or sell. I'm saying that, in my opinion, it's a bad idea to use emotion to determine whether or not you should buy or sell. And in my opinion, it's a very bad idea to see other people selling and then think, oh my gosh, it's going to keep going down. I should do what they're doing and sell as well. Because historically, we know that's a horrendous idea. Think about this, XRP, and it might have been, I'd have to look at the chart again, it might have been in 2013 or 2014, but XRP had its biggest rally ever when it went from about half of a cent, half of 1 penny, back then is what it was going for, all the way up to 6 cents. That's a 12-fold increase. 12-fold increase. And then it retraced completely. It went all the way back down. Can you imagine if you bought at the top? You bought XRP for its all-time high of 6 cents. And now we're sitting here as I'm recording, and I actually didn't check the price right before I recorded. Maybe it's around 57 or 58 cents, I think, as I record. Anyway, can you imagine that? Can you imagine if you had told that person, okay, you got to hold, but in the year 2020, and they don't even have to hear about the 2017 run up to almost $4, but you'd be like, if you just hold on this date in, December of 2020, it'll be 58 cents. They would have been ecstatic. Can you imagine? But yet, if you don't have that long-term mindset, good luck to you, my friends here. Now, previously, Plan B shared a similar view, saying that the Bitcoin that is leaving exchanges now and going into the storage of institutional players will never see the light of day again. And by the way, there's truth to that. MicroStrategy, which is the publicly traded company in the United States, has bought a ton, what are they up to now? $475 million worth of Bitcoin, I think. And they said that they're just going to never sell it. It's just a treasury reserve asset. They're like, our attitude is we'll hold it for 100 freaking years. Like the CEO literally said that they're just not going to sell it because they know that the useful idiots out there, the lemmings that run off the cliff, they're the ones that are going to push it up. And they know that it's scarce and they know how people behave. And they're not going to participate. They're going to just hold it here. All right. And so according to recently published data, Grayscale Investments has around $12.6 billion in crypto under management. Last month, Grayscale acquired twice as much Bitcoin as miners produced in November. The business software giant strategy led by Michael Saylor has already acquired $475 million worth of Bitcoin. Now it plans to raise another $400 million from financial institutions by issuing securities and thus practically backing them with the Bitcoin they plan to buy. So think about that. Think about how much they bought, and even at the price level today, they're about to double what they have already put into it from a USD perspective. That's astonishing. Talk about strong hands. And so again, it's the strong hands that make money. It's the weak hands that emotionally sell that lose money. And so the XRP strong hands that have made it through this bear market, my humble opinion, my everyday Joe Schmo unprofessional opinion, is that those are the people that will do well, the ones that hold. And I do believe that at some point, I don't know when, it's never guaranteed, fine, maybe I'm wrong, but I suspect that XRP will hit its all-time high and then enter a new level of price discovery. So we're talking about blasting past $4 at some point. And I don't pretend to know when it's going to happen, but I think that the useful idiots are going to make it so. I think they're going to do it. I really do. Now, Whale Panda has tweeted the following. Every Bitcoin you sell now is being bought by a large institutional player that's desperately trying to accumulate as much as possible under $20,000. I gotta tell you, I firmly agree with what they're saying here, because I've seen that trend. I'm seeing the way that they're going, and people indeed are opening up their eyes. You know, take a look at this. Here's this article from CoinDesk. Bridgewater's Ray Dalio. How do you say? Is it Dalio? Ray Dilly-Dally. That's probably it. Ray Dilly-Dally. A softened stance on Bitcoin, says it has place in investors' portfolios. Now, he could not, and this is a smart guy, by the way, so, you know, anytime I'm critical of, like, ideas that somebody holds, please know I'm never attacking the person. I don't do that. I challenge ideas, not the individual, unless I state I'm doing otherwise, which I don't think I've ever done on this channel. You know, I don't like to do that. Even if somebody attacks me, I'm just like, all right, whatever, dude. But no, so like, brilliant guy. Take a look at part of this article, and then I'm going to share with you what he actually wrote on this topic, because he's coming around, and it's good, because that's what you should be doing. It's like, you might want to ask at this point, if Bitcoin's still here after 12 years and all these bubbles like inflating and popping, like, what is it that the people within the market know that I don't? What is it that I need to understand further to get why this is all still here? So Ray Dilly-Dally, that's what I'm calling him. The founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, has offered a more positive stance on Bitcoin than in comments that made headlines last month. And at Reddit Ask Me Anything on Tuesday, Ray Dilly-Dally said he thought Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies had established themselves over the last 10 years and were interesting like gold asset alternatives. And I want to be clear, like, he has firmly stated in the past that it was not going to be a thing. And so here's the actual quote. Pomp tweeted this out. This is where I came across this initially, actually. Anthony Pompliano wrote, Ray Dilly-Dally will be a Bitcoiner before the end of 2021. So check out this quote here on your screen. I think that Bitcoin and some other digital currencies have, over the last 10 years, established themselves as interesting gold-like asset alternatives with similarities and differences to gold and other limited supply, mobile, unlike real estate, storeholds of wealth. So it could serve as a diversifier to gold and other such storehold of wealth. The main thing is to have some of these type of assets with limited supply that are mobile and that are storeholds of wealth, including stocks in one's portfolio, and to diversify among them. Not enough people do that. As far Bitcoin relative to gold, I have a strong preference for holding those things which central banks are going to want to hold and exchange value in when they are trying to transact. So still, I mean, even if he still prefers gold, you see the coming about that's occurring here, which is what you should do if you're intellectually honest. As you continue to see that things are not going the way you thought they would, you might want to, if you want to be intellectually honest, you might want to ask, what did I get wrong? And it seems to me that he is. He seems like a very genuine guy. He's clearly a brilliant, his brilliant mind, incredible investor, and all credit to him. But even the smartest among us, the most logical among us, aren't going to get everything in life right. And this is a major thing that he had been getting wrong, but it looks like he is indeed coming around. So anyway, I just think it's a cool story, and I just want to continue to share my opinion, which is that those that invest in cryptocurrencies that will have long-term viability, there's going to be lots of volatility along the way, and the people that are capable of not emotionally responding, that have strong hands and don't sell, those are the type of people that I personally believe are going to get the riches. Everyone else doesn't even have a chance. And that's just the truth of the matter. There are all sorts of people that got shaken out trading Bitcoin back when it was under $1. Back when it was under $10, back when it was under $100, back when it was under $1,000 for years and years and years. And we're seeing this all again. It's just a new market cycle, and we're seeing it with XRP too. There's nothing new here, but people continue to behave like this. And if you just are aware of it, then you could maybe it'll help you to remove the emotion and just make a logical decision so that you can decide whether you want to buy or sell, and you should do whatever you want. That's it. And I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because of anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.